What's going on, guys? Welcome to another episode of Tasty Tuesday on Tasty Loot Gaming. In case you don't know, Tasty Tuesday is a show where we talk about gaming news of the prior week. My name's Seth.
I'm Josh.
I'm Chevy.
And on this week, we have about 5 topics to talk about, so let's get into that.
That's the fridge.
That's the fridge?
Yeah.
Why are we in a spaceship? For first bit of news, Blizzard has shown the new victory pose for Tracer after the controversy of her ass being too prominent. And the second pose that they've introduced now has her ass in it again. So on to the second bit of news.
In Gary's pet project, Rust, they assigned genders and races to your Steam ID. It's not like a character creation or anything like that, or you get to pick. It's just random numbers, choose your race and your gender. There's been a lot of outcry from the players saying that, I don't want to play as this, I don't want to play as that. Actually, Gary himself quoted, "You are who you are, and before we added different races and genders, you played as a bald white guy. You never had a choice. So we're not taking the choice away from the player, we're just adding more to the variety of player models." I don't believe that playing as a different gender or race detracts from anyone's enjoyment of the game.
So the biggest complaint here is people are upset that they didn't get a choice at what sex they're playing as. It was it was assigned based off of your Steam ID or whatever. Yeah, I think it's a little weird they won't let you do it, won't let you pick, but at the same time, he has a point. You were already playing as a dude before who didn't have any features. The game's still in development. I think it's a little early to be jumping on the wagon and looking for something to bitch about, especially in a game like Rust. What do you think?
Well, I think one of the other points that I read on this earlier today was someone also brought up a point that you're born into this world without a choice of what the hell you're going to be, and this is to emulate that. You are brought into this world, and you are what you are. I think it's a neat idea. I could see why people are upset. Some of the people, due to just not being able to customize and make your own character and stuff.
Yeah.
There are a select group of people who are just getting irritated because they're being made to play a certain sex or a certain race, and they're just being idiots about it in that regard. But I don't know. I personally don't have a problem with it. You're choosing to play the game, and I think if this is the vision that he has for it, and that's what he wants to do, then it's his project.
I think it'd be completely different though if the game boasted that you had customization options and you're going to be able to make your own character or whatever, and then when you got the game, it just decided what sex you were.
Yeah.
And then you got to customize your character, because at that point it's misleading. But in a game like Rust, like before, you were just playing as fucking Joe Everyman, because they didn't care enough to make a character model, and now they're finally making new character models because it's that time of the development, and you don't know what they have planned in the future. This is just them implementing new character models. And like I said, that's essentially why I said it's a little too early to be looking for something to be freaking out about just yet, especially in a game that's in early access and it's still in development. What do you think?
I don't. To me, it's what are people just? Why are you bitching about it? Because Gary said it. He was like, you didn't have a choice to begin with.
Yeah.
I was like, if you enjoyed the game, then you're not even looking at your guy regardless. Because I don't think there's a third person mode in Rust.
I don't know.
I mean, I would speculate there probably is, because all those games do, but I don't know. I don't think that's really too important.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you're not going to look at your character. That's what
People are still worried about how they're represented.
Oh, well,
in
I
any
mean,
game.
who gives a shit? You're a fucking naked white guy who's bald. It just didn't matter.
Yeah.
It doesn't fucking matter.
In that game, I think it doesn't matter, but in general, it does. Because
and
any game you play, you want your character to look how you want.
Well, yeah, but
if
I
that
mean,
game permits that, like in the Division, I wear what I want because I want to. But
exactly. And if they strip those and just give you just random clothes every time that you logged in, yeah, that'd be a little fucking upsetting. Yeah. But nowhere in Rust have you been able to fucking customize your guy.
Yeah.
And then, it's literally just I mean, like, instead of being connected to your Steam ID, I think it'd be better if they just randomized your fucking character model right when you spawned in or after you died. But yeah, I mean, they've never boasted that fucking you should be able to create your guy and make him how you want. So they just give you a fucking random person. You go out and you do your thing. You don't survive long in Rust fucking anyway.
Yeah.
I mean, it's very dog eat dog. I mean, so who gives a shit?
Yeah. I don't know. I'm pretty indifferent about it. So.
Yeah, that's where I'm at too. Let us know in the comments below, though. What do you think? Are you upset about that? Do you not care? Do you not even fucking know what Rust is? Let us know.
So Evolution Studios, former now company of Sony, the people behind Drive Club, Sony actually recently let the team go. Good news for some of them, though, is that Codemasters took a bunch of them on and are now boasting to be the largest racing game making company out there. So,
yeah, they also said that they're super excited to be bringing in that talent, and that the wealth of racing knowledge that they have and expertise will help them essentially do what they're already doing.
Yep.
Codemasters, of course, is really known for Dirt, Grid, and a bunch of other F1 racing games. And yeah, I think Drive Club sold all right, but I think it was pretty underwhelming. I mean, people like it, but I think the sales were underwhelming.
yeah, I mean, it had good features and stuff, but I think the competition just kind of knocked it out.
And the rain effects were fucking fantastic.
They were
I was gonna
fucking
bring
dope.
up.
They will be putting that in Codemaster games. I was going to ask what you guys think, but just real quick, I think this is fantastic. It's awesome. We say this a lot. We don't want to see anyone fail. We don't want to see anybody disappear. That's not good for the
Ecosystem.
the ecosystem of games. It's not good for the consumers. It's not good for people who have these talents and need fucking jobs. It's not their fault. It's really cool that Codemasters was there to kind of scoop them up and take as many as they could. It's going to benefit them. It benefits the people. They don't feel like as much failures, I guess, for making a game that was underappreciated. I think it's only good, and it's really cool to see Codemasters expanding. I'm actually surprised because to me they've always been like a smaller company. So it's good to see that they're doing good enough to be able to hire on new people. I'm wondering if they're going to put them into games that already exist or if they're going to give them their own project. But overall, really cool. Really cool to see the community supporting the community of developers. And overall, awesome. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I mean, you pretty much nailed it. I think it's great that at least some of them were able to continue working. It does suck for those who did not. Hopefully they find work soon. I mean, they have the experience now at least, so that's good. As far as like bringing on more talent, like you said, the rain effects would be an awesome welcome thing to Codemasters games. So
I mean, they're just gonna add. They're not gonna hurt them or in any way, shape, or form. So, and we really need to see what kind of collaboration them and the Evolution Studios guys and Codemasters, kind of come up with.
yeah,
I will say though, Evolution Studios also did MotorStorm,
Really?
which I actually really, really enjoyed.
I liked MotorStorm. MotorStorm was dope.
So,
forgot about that game. That was one of the early PS3 games.
fucking A.
Well, yeah. Supposed to be. It came out like 2 years after. But it was like one of the first games they ever showed.
Yeah.
It looked awesome. So, I can't wait to see how they contribute to the company. So, on to the next topic. For our next bit of news, Quantum Break, the game by Remedy that I'll actually be having an episode of Just the Tip on this week, so make sure to watch that, is actually having problems on PC. It's actually being well received, which is good to hear. But on PC, it's having a lot of issues, mostly frame rate issues. Apparently, you can't run it at 60 frames per second no matter what. The 1080p is actually a reconstructed 720p, so it looks like shit. It plays jerky. It's having constant crashing issues. And the image quality is overall not that great. Apparently, they are working on it as of right now, which is good to hear. But another game on PC that is having a bad start.
It's kind of like Batman all over again.
Bad launch.
Bunch of games.
Yeah.
You think maybe that's just because I mean they've been working on Quantum Break forever.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then it is only very recently, within months, less than 6 months, that they revealed, hey, we're going to come out with a PC version. You think it was just a lightning port? Like they just fucking...
Probably. I mean, I'm
No.
sure Microsoft fucking decided randomly that, like, hey, put that on PC.
One has a lot to do with their push for the Windows 10 store as well, because it's
Yeah.
exclusive to that as well.
Well, I guarantee it's completely linked. As soon as they came up with that idea, they're like, what do we have coming out? Quantum Break. Make sure it's on PC.
Yeah.
So they had to work probably last minute to fucking get it on there.
No.
So I don't blame them at all. I'm actually playing it on Xbox One, and I want you guys to check out that episode. But I'm actually enjoying it quite a bit. It's a very, very high quality game. I'm super skeptical to think that they were developing this for PC and were lazy about it. It has to be some kind of rushed issue.
Yeah. I mean, that's pretty much it. It's just another... this is obviously a little bit different than the Batman thing, just because that was actually a different company handling the PC version.
But again, like these super talented companies, it sucks to see this because like Rocksteady is a fucking quality ass company. Everybody knows that. Everybody loves the Batman games. That's embarrassing when their fucking high quality game comes out and it's got problems. Quantum Break, made by Remedy. Remedy takes their time, makes great fucking games. But they're not as like popular and well known as Rocksteady. So I mean, this potentially could hurt them on somebody else's decision to rush a port. Obviously, that's speculation, but I guarantee that's what happened. So it's really shitty to see this happen because I know a couple people. I was talking to Eddie at work, and he was saying he's going to pick it up on PC, and I had to tell him because he doesn't have an Xbox One. I'm like, you should probably wait.
Yeah.
I would love to be like, go out and fucking pick it up right now. It's awesome, but I'm not going to like tell him to go rush out and buy a broken game.
right,
I'm gonna rush out and go buy a fucking Xbox One.
I'd rather tell him to buy a PS4,
Well,
but he already has one.
I mean, the good news is, though, I guess it's doing absolutely phenomenal on Xbox One. So
Yeah. Any thoughts?
No, I really want to play it, so I'm probably gonna play it after you get done with it. To be honest.
Yeah, I'll let you borrow it. But yeah, that's shitty to hear. But it's all too common nowadays, it seems. So hopefully they get it fixed quickly and people can enjoy the great game that it is.
yeah. So for our last bit of news, the Final Fantasy VII remake. Some more information has come out on that. Has to do with the episodic nature of it. Instead of getting these little bite-sized chapters, we're actually supposedly getting full-size game episodes. And by full-size games, they're actually comparing it to Final Fantasy 13. So I guess a quick way to kind of summarize that you think Final Fantasy 13-2 was like around 30 hours. So even if that's the small point, each episode's going to be tens of hours. So
Is that the only thing they said?
my knowledge on that.
Yeah.
So.
This is really huge news and kind of changes a lot of things for me because originally we've been covering this for a while, and originally super excited about the remake like everybody else, blah blah blah. Then originally they eventually said that it's going to be episodic. This raises questions, right? We want to know how long are these episodes going to be? 5 hours, 6 hours? What are you going to get in those episodes? Blah blah blah. And that didn't really detract, I think, us too far from it. A lot of people, but I think we were still kind of on board.
No, but it's a bit of a red flag.
Hesitantly, yeah. But to hear that we're going to be getting full-size games as episodes pretty much adds a whole bunch of new questions for me, but not negative ones. I'm wondering how much content you're going to get there, how much, how far into the story you're going to be able to go, if they're going to be able to expand on the story even more because of the extended content or gameplay time. But overall, I'm actually if they nail that, I'm gonna be super impressed, as long as they don't fuck it up.
Yeah, and I'm with you at that. One thing I would like to see, just because not everyone had a PlayStation Vita, or PSP, I should say. What was it, Before Crisis? I think it was called the prequel game. It'd be neat if they added elements of that into the episodic nature of it, because that would give you more of a background on how Soldier was and all.
Well,
that
like
stuff.
do like a full episode on like a flashback or something.
Yeah, just to kind of go through the events of that without necessarily giving you the entire game, just to kind of go through it. Then you could know who, like, I'm probably butchering this, but Gnosis, and you'll get to see Zack when he was alive, and then obviously Sephiroth. So while they were in Soldier.
No, that would be actually really cool. Like I said, like if they're gonna do this and do episodes and have them longer, I'd like to see them just like a TV show expand what we already know.
Yeah.
Or give us more of that. What do you think?
I actually think it's neat. I never thought of episodes being game size fucking episodes. When I think of episodes, I think of like what Hitman is doing now. It's fucking a couple missions here and a couple missions there. This actually makes me really fucking happy. Because then like it seems like you have time to kind of work through the episode at your own pace. You're not playing it for a couple hours and just like, okay, I'm done. You know, now you gotta wait 6 more months for the next fucking episode. No, this is awesome. I'm really glad they're and hopefully you're right. Hopefully they do expand. Hopefully they do.
Well, yeah, even if they were to branch like the prequel and then even like going to the Advent Children, so you get the actual sequel stuff too.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's almost like they can kind of tailor where they want you to go.
As long as you don't stray too much, because they piss people off, I think.
Well, yeah. But I mean, like, looking deeper into Soldier, looking deeper into Zack, looking deeper into even like some backstories like Barrett's or Aerith's or spoiler alert, she dies, and it'd be neat to do something like that and see more about that world because everybody loves that world. I mean, it's pretty fucking just legendary when it comes to RPG worlds. So.
Oh yeah,
definitely.
I do want to bring up one more thing too. I think episodic initially freaks people out as well because A, it's not the standard, and B, you think episodic, you usually think of Telltale games. Those are like 2 to 3 hours a pop versus like even when I played King's Quest, I was kind of like, whoa, these are
me too. It was like
way
6-8 hours.
Longer, yeah. So episodic doesn't have to be short. I think we just kind of use that because our introduction to that in the modern gaming
has been
bite-sized
fragments. Yeah. But yeah, I think overall we're all interested,
optimistic,
and optimistic about the episodic nature, and can't wait to see more on it. But let us know in the comments below what you guys think. Are you excited for these longer episodes? Do you think it's too much? Are you still not into the episode idea? Let us know. I think it's going to do it for this episode of Tasty Tuesday on Tasty Loot Gaming. As always, thank you for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this episode. Make sure to check out our other episodes. We've passed 200 now, I think. We have a lot of episodes, but make sure to go back and check this out. Check us out on Tumblr, Twitter, Tasty Loot Gaming. Check us out on Twitch, Sleep Division. And stick around this week. We have Just the Tip coming up tomorrow, and we have Loot Chest at the end of the week. But until then, as always, my name's Seth.
And I shaved my face like an asshole.
And he did. And yeah, we'll see you guys later. Take it easy.